If you're anything like me, when you saw that Sean Wotherspoon was doing another collaboration, you're like, oh, stop the press. This must be hot. But am I a sneaker snob? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'm being a snob. Maybe I'm being elitist. Maybe I'm discriminating against sneaker brands. But when I saw that Sean Wotherspoon was doing a collaboration with Asics, I was just kind of like, really? The collaboration they did last year with the Air Max line, where he had the Air Max 97 upper on the Air Max 90, the Air Max 1 midsole outsole unit. You see a picture behind me here. One of the sneakers of the year. People, generally speaking, very just all over it, love it very much, very expensive in the resale market, probably pushing towards $1,000. So one of the really big sneakers of last year. If you look at Travis Scott, for example, you know, he followed up he's done Cactus Jack 4s, he's done Travis Scott 1s, he did the 6s in green, and then there's the yellows that are projected to be coming as well. So he's kind of maintained. There was, for me, I wasn't a huge fan of the Air Force 1s, but you know, he's maintained. But this, I don't get it. I'm not feeling the Gel-Lyte 3s, the Asics Gel-Lyte 3s, and it just is like for me. So I don't want to be negative. I don't want to be negative about it, but I'm going to be, because I don't like them. So it's a bit of a downturn for me. I was kind of like disappointed to see Sean Wotherspoon go in this direction for the collaboration, and having had a look at the sneakers themselves, I was also not really feeling them for a number of reasons. There are a number of design reasons why I don't really get these guys. So all in all, it's not a plus for me today, but do stay tuned as I talk to you about the Asics Gel-Lyte 3 tie-up with Sean Wotherspoon and the ATMOS brand. This is a Tokyo About a 23 sneaker channel. Tokyo About a 23 sneaker channel. There's Mainichi, Absolutely No Day, Mainichi meeting aside. Every single day I bring you content from Tokyo, Japan about upcoming sneaker releases, sneaker news and sneaker reviews. And today we're looking at the upcoming release of the Sean Wotherspoon tie-up with the ATMOS brand to bring you the Asics Gel-Lyte 3s. And as I said at the top of the video, I was kind of disappointed to see Sean Wotherspoon go in this direction with his next collaboration, having already like broken the internet, as they say, with his previous effort in the Air Max line. And then actually look at the sneakers themselves, it's like, they're just not really my thing. Which is what we'll be doing today. I'll be talking you through some of the parts of the sneakers that I'm not a huge fan of, and trying my best to find something positive to say about the sneakers. But before that, I can talk positively about the rarest sneakers in the world, like the rarest sneakers in the world. If you are into rare sneakers, one-of-ones, player exclusive, stuff like that, every Sunday a guy called Shoe Butter drops by the channel and he brings me rare sneakers in hand. And what I do is I drop hints every single day leading up to that. And so far this week, the hints have been Quack Quack, fives, and player exclusives. And then today the extra hint is green. So if those four things you can put together, green, player exclusive, fives, Quack Quack, if you can work out from those four things what rare sneaker is coming to the channel on Sunday, hit me up with a comment down below. And look forward to it, because every single weekend those rare sneakers in hand are just an amazing thing to see. But what we're interested in today is what may be a rare sneaker. I don't know what kind of release these guys are going to get. Is this this Asics Gel-Lyte 3 tie-up. Now, I'm saying it's a tie-up between Sean Wotherspoon and the ATMOS brand here in Japan, but I can't find anywhere on these sneakers that actually says ATMOS, even though it says in the research that I've done, where I've checked out online to find out about these sneakers, it says that there is ATMOS branding on there, but I can't find it. If it isn't an ATMOS shoe, then sorry for misleading you in that, but from what I've seen is they're talking about it being an ATMOS tie-up, and I can believe that it would be an ATMOS tie-up because of two particular reasons. One is that ATMOS does tend to do interesting collaborations with interesting companies, and they don't just stay, they rarely do Jordan collaborations, for example. I can't remember seeing a Jordan collaboration with the ATMOS brand, so it wouldn't surprise me to see them going down this line. They do Vans, I think they've done Asics before, or they do Air Max and things like that. The other thing is that the recent trend, maybe the last 2 years in ATMOS collaborations, has been towards mixing up the colors a lot. And that was mainly done with the ATMOS Air Max 2 lights, which you should be able to see behind me here. It was just a mashup of all these different colors. So with those two thoughts in mind, it wouldn't surprise me if these Gel-Lyte 3s are in actual fact an ATMOS collaboration because of that design and that design style. But like I said, I couldn't find anywhere on here that said that the word ATMOS. And that's a general thing, but specific things. There are a lot of specific detailings on this sneaker that just don't sit very well with me, which we're going to get into in a minute. But before we do that, this is a YouTube channel, and YouTube channels need subscribers. So if you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel. I can't say that more effectively. Please do subscribe to the channel. If you have already subscribed to the channel, thank you very much. Also, everybody, please do hit that like button down below. It is tremendously helpful when you like a video. But I do also say that in Japanese at the start of all of my videos, which goes something like Toroku yoroshiku onegaishimasu. あとは下のいいねをクリックすると助かるので、ぜひその2点をよろしくお願いします。Okay, let's have a look at these guys then. So first things first, the first thing that jumps right off the page at you, the biggest kind of feature that to me jumps right off the page is the removable branding on the side, and I've never been a fan. Here's a link to, I think it's the Air Jordan 3 Tinker Hatfields. Was it Air Jordan 3s or 2s? I think it was 3s that had removable swooshes, and I was just like, not feeling it. I think there were 3 different swooshes, like a black one, a red one, and like an elephant print one or something like that. And I just don't, I don't know, I find it gimmicky. I find removable branding gimmicky, and I don't really like it. And here you can see on these guys, you've got some removable branding on the side where you can take off that Asics branding and replace it with a different color. Not a huge fan. It'll be interesting to see how this works out on these sneakers. The branding on Nike, the swoosh band branding, is one solid swoosh, and you can imagine taking that off and replacing it quite easily. But if you look at the branding on these, that Asics branding, it has 4 lines, 2 horizontal and 2 vertical, and I can imagine taking these off and on because the lines are so thin that you're probably going to end up damaging that branding quite easily. So I don't like the look of it. I don't like it in a concept. I don't like the idea of it. And I don't think in the case of these guys it's going to stand up very well over time. Another thing to look at on this sneaker is this kind of corduroy effect. So hopefully I've zoomed in on something behind me here, and you can see that kind of bumpy, ridged corduroy effect. I'm assuming it's not made of corduroy. I don't actually know what the sneakers are made of, what materials they are made of, but it's definitely a corduroy effect. And you can see that the corduroy kind of clashes in a couple of places where you've got like the corduroy lines going in one direction, and then another piece of material beside it, they're going in a different direction. It's sort of a clash, and they're in different colors as well, which is a very strong motif of the ATMOS line. So again, it's another reason to think that these are actually an ATMOS collaboration. But again, it's just like, it's not my thing. I don't really like that kind of corduroy effect, that bumpy kind of finish to the upper. And then the third sort of thing to go with, I mentioned before, it's been overdone by the Air Force Ones, to be honest. I think the first ones was the Los Angeles, the LAs, Air Force One LAs, and then again, there'll be a picture behind me here, and then the Air Force One New Yorks, both of which had multiple different colors on each sneaker and different colors on each sneaker. So you'd have the left sneaker with, say, 8 colors on it, and then the right sneaker with 8 different colors on it, and you can see that's the case here. Even all the way down to the outsole on these guys are very, very different. The patterning and the design and the materials are the same, but it's just the coloring is very different, which is again a motif of the ATMOS line. But for me, it's already been kind of overdone, and it doesn't look that great. The colors that they're using for these Asics are more kind of pastel colors, so they're a bit sort of less vibrant, and it's just, I don't know, there's an awful lot of reasons why these guys don't sit very well with me, and I can't even think of a single reason why they do sit well with me, other than, you know, maybe it's a Sean Wotherspoon collaboration or it's an ATMOS collaboration, but that alone isn't enough to get me to like these sneakers, to be honest. They're just not my thing. And usually, you know, when a YouTuber is doing this and talking about sneakers, they try their best to find something positive to say about the sneakers. You know, somebody spent their time designing these. They didn't just sort of, you know, do it in the morning and then here you are, we're finished. They spent many months to work these guys out. So it's, you know, it's hard for me to sit here and not actually be very positive about it. And again, I was talking earlier this week about the LeBron 17 infrareds and how they didn't meet my expectations and I was disappointed in them. And it might be that expectations thing where you're expecting this much and you get less. And it might be to do with the expectations is why I'm not feeling these guys as much as maybe I should. So, but you know, that's how I feel about it. I'm at my channel. I usually am a pretty straight shooter and I do kind of talk about the sneakers in the way I see them. So hopefully you guys appreciate that. If you have a difference of opinion, you think differently from me, feel free to hit me up with a comment down below and tell me how you feel about these guys or what you think about these guys. For me though, it's a bit of a no. Butter movement time. The butter movement have been supporting me for years now. Actually, well, I can say years, right? Because we're in the second year of this channel. I do appreciate the butter movement guys very, very much, and I appreciate Shoe Butter and getting him to drop content. You know, we came out of the New Year break and we've come out hot, so I'm really happy with the way things are going. New Year's, the winter break, there was a sort of lull there. I guess people aren't checking out their content as much, they're spending time with their families and things like that. But I felt like there was a real bump as we came out of that, and it feels like things are going in a really positive direction. So I'm excited to see where this channel goes, especially as we move into the Olympic year that's coming towards us. For now though, it's time for me to sign off. I do this every single day, even though I have a full-time job and I have a young family, and I do this every single day. But I love doing it, and I've said before in my videos I'm not going to stop doing it. But because of that, that means that if you want to check out my content, you are guaranteed to see me tomorrow.